All right, hi gang, Ed here. Yesterday I put it up on the YouTube channel and I went on a bit of a rant about reasons why you would need an app. And I actually missed two of them. There were two that I missed that really should have been in that video. So I thought I would do it here live and then I can upload it later to my YouTube channel. So the first thing that I forgot to mention yesterday was deep linking. If you were doing deep linking in, now what is deep linking? Deep linking is where you can send a push notification or you can send out an email and have somebody drop into the absolute specific part of the app that you want them to go into. This is something we included in Magcast and Scrivcast, and again, it was hilarious that the vast majority of people who put publishing platform things never implemented this. So if what would typically happen in a push notification is if you tap and say you saw an article, say you were doing, I don't know, cake decorating, and you had a particularly delicious lemon cake. So if that lemon cake was recipe was the thing that people wanted, you'd send a push notification and say, hey, cool new lemon cake recipe. It's fantastic. So what would happen is they'd click on that and they go, oh yeah, I'm interested in the lemon cake recipe. They'd click on it and they'd just be taken to the front page of your app. They'd have to navigate through to find where that lemon cake recipe was. A pain in the neck, and nobody would do it. With deep linking, you could send an email or you could send a push notification and it goes directly to that app. It goes directly to the page inside the app. That is what deep linking is all about. And here's the best part of it. Remember, I also talked about the biggest problem on mobile right now, the worst experience, is anytime you go out to the web. So this way, the content that you want the people to read is already inside the app. So it's instantaneous. Tap on the push notification, boom, they've got the content that they were interested in. You're not creating any friction and you're not causing any pain. You need an app to be able to do that, right? That's not something, if you don't have an app, you can't take advantage of deep linking. You can't use a push notification to tap on it to send people off to a web page. You just can't do it. Apple and Google will not allow you to do it for very obvious spam-based reasons. But you can deep link into an app. You can send people to an opt-in page. You can send people to a page where they can buy something. You can send them to an article. All of these things are possible if you've got an app. You can use deep linking inside Facebook advertising. Remember, we talked about Facebook ad advertising being the most effective ad unit on Facebook and how big that is. You can use deep linking in your ad, so you can send them direct to an opt-in page on the mobile and have a beautiful opt-in experience. Not going off to some sort of web page and they have to click on a link and then up pops a web page and it takes 30 seconds to load. But no, one button click and you have their email address. How are you going to do that without an app? Deep linking. The second thing that I forgot, and I can't believe I didn't mention this, was my good mate James Shremko talks about owning the racecourse. If you set yourself up and you utilize all of these, Snapchat, you use Facebook, you use all of these, different services, and you set up your profile, you use Instagram and whatever, and you do really, really well on those. What happens when those platforms change the rules on you? Like that's never happened. Well, funny you should mention that. Just in the last 24 hours, Facebook sent out a notice to over 600,000, there are developers of 600,000 current apps saying, sorry, pass the piece of software we encouraged you to use to help it make it super simple for you to handle logins and all those sorts of things and store stuff, and we'll look after it all for you because we're Facebook and we're great. Discontinued it. That's 600,000 apps that need to be rebuilt from the ground up. They change the rules. This has happened with Google and pay-per-click advertising. Facebook pages, for goodness sake. Remember what happened with Facebook pages? You know, they used to be great, but now you get, like, what? If you put up a post and you don't pay Facebook, less than, what, 1-2% of people will see your Facebook post. That's something that anybody who followed me, we identified first. We identified that first, way before anybody else, before it became controversial. So, if that's the case, don't you need your own piece of real estate, something that you control on the mobile platform? Because if you send people back to the Facebook, to your Instagram and all those sorts of things, they should be funnel catchers which direct people down to your own piece of real estate. So if one of those goes away, or you get banned, or any number of things can happen, we've seen it all, right? Who can forget the slaughter of AdSense in the summer of 2006, you know, where fortunes were destroyed overnight because Google had to make a fundamental change. As it turned out, the right change, but point being that people's businesses were wiped out like that. So having your own piece of real estate on the mobile device that you control and that you have and you're able to drive people to is an absolute fundamental as well. So that's another reason that how can you do that unless you have an app? So thank you, Periscope people. Appreciate you being on to let me record this, and hope you're all doing well no matter what part of the world you are in. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube later, hello to you too. Feel free to subscribe and like. That's